Dome Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, great night of boxing. Wasn't able to get to it right away. Had a whole lot of stuff to do. I'm gonna make this short. I'm gonna put both of the fights that were significant in here. Teofimo Lopez stops your boy in round 2, Richard COMMEY. Really, stopped him early. I think he caught him cold, but it's good for Teofimo Lopez to have an impressive win like that. I don't think COMMEY has been stopped before, if I'm not mistaken. And COMMEY is a good fighter. I don't think if they fought again, that would happen. That scenario would happen again. Not round 2, but it's good for Teofimo Lopez. It's called the takeover, baby, and that's what it's all about. And at least seeing as though Lomachenko would rather fight the winner of that fight instead of Devin Haney. So now at least, that fight is a little bit more interesting because at least Teofimo Lopez is coming and busting down the door to get with Loma, right? And so that's something good, and it's also good for him. I heard that he was going through a few personal problems. So to come out impressively winning like that, that's going to give him even more momentum because he's basically Teofimo Lopez is already good. We know that. But to see him do that to Richard COMMEY was impressive. Even though boxing, you can get caught cold. A lot of people's happened a lot of people before. But for him to do that, it's going to really make that fight a little bit more interesting with Lomachenko because we're a little bit disappointed with Lomachenko because of the Devin Haney situation and accepting the franchise title instead of fighting Devin Haney, because the common denominator with the franchise title is there's somebody that's a mandatory that is very formidable, just like Charlo was. And that's why Canelo took the franchise belt, so he don't have to fight Charlo, right? So if you look at Charlo or Devin Haney, neither one of those are scrubs. People can ignore that, but that is the reason why Lomachenko or Canelo took the franchise belt, because the guy was dangerous. If he wasn't, we wouldn't. If it was a Zamareta or something like that, that wouldn't have even happened with franchise. The WBC wouldn't even came up with that idea to give somebody a belt or a title where they don't have to fight the mandatories because they go up and down in weight. Really, but whatever. So that's good for Teofimo Lopez. Let's get to the number 1 pound for pound best boxer on the planet, Terence Crawford. He showed it again. Terence Crawford stopped your boy Kavaliauskos in round, I forgot, I watched it. Round 7, I think it was. Or was it round 9? I think maybe round 9. I'm not going to get into the fight much. We're going to talk about, the residue and what's up. Bottom line is, I was about to start watching or listening to one of my favorite uploaders, right, about it, because I don't normally like to do that before talking about fights. I was about to. In the first 30 seconds, he said what I was about to say, so I turned him off. Listen to him when I'm finished, because I don't like to, do that. It's the same thing, because what I was going to talk about is Kavaliauskos, Igor Kavaliauskos, right? He is a bad boy, what we was talking about before. His moniker is the Mean Machine. And, hey, you can have that because 24-0 with 1 draw and 17 KOs means you hit hard. And in that fight, we saw that he hits hard. So the Mean Machine, baby. But that moniker fits Terence Crawford even better. It really does. Because Terence Crawford in this fight showed again, he's just a dog. He stayed southpaw. And this guy hit him with 1 shot. They say his knee touched the ground when he got hit with a shot. He probably got hurt. But we know this guy can box if he has to, right? Against Jeff Horn, he boxed a little bit until he started, sitting down on his punches. We know he could switch from southpaw to orthodox. He stayed southpaw with a guy who has a good straight right hand. You don't do that. Everyone knows that. A layman knows, hey, if you southpaw, the punch the other guy should throw, the opponent should be that straight right hand down the pipe. You might catch him. To stay there against a bigger guy, to stay in the pocket the whole night, get hurt by the guy in round 2 or 4? Man, my bad, you guys. I'm not exactly super prepared, right? Watched it a long time ago, about 12 hours ago. But the bottom line is to stay there and fight this bigger guy that way, right? It's incredible. This is a mean dude, Terence Crawford, a supremely confident guy. He wins the fight, I think it was round 9 stoppage of Kavaliauskos, who never was stopped before and bigger than him. It just shows what he's capable of doing. I'm going to stay in the pocket against this big dude. I'm smaller, but whatever. and he hit me with some stuff, but whatever. He's going to have to deal with me. He does this often. Now, I don't want to get into why he could possibly have taken that strategy or that tactic, or why he continued doing that tactic, other than being a mean dog, right? But listen, Michael Hunter, when he was going in to fight Povetkin, felt like he must have to knock Povetkin out. He has to do something extra, right? And that's what's going on with these brothers. Now, I done told you before, you are in the era of Tyson Fury. Nobody in boxing, forget it. If you brother and you figure out the chip on your shoulder, I better do something extra because they're going to say that I didn't do this. They're going to say that I boxed. They're going to say that I didn't engage. They're going to say that I didn't stay in the pocket. Who cares what they say? That's the problem, especially with American brothers. Always worrying about what the white dude might say. Whatever, because he's going to say something anyway, right? Stop going in here feeling like you got to do extra. Tyson Fury is way bigger and heavier than everyone. And now we understand what it means to be out on the outside and move, get your movement on, and pat, pity pat, and outpoint a guy. Even if you're the Goliath, even if you're the biggest guy, they still will call him the number one guy, right? Because they are saying, hey, his defense is so awesome. But we didn't like Floyd Mayweather's defense, did we? But this guy, whose defense is so awesome, whose face is cut up right now as we speak, who was cut up in other fights, looking bad after every fight, been knocked down on multiple occasions, but he's bigger with defense, and he's considered the best heavyweight by some. Right? So my point is, when you're a fighter and your advantage is your athleticism, then use your athleticism. They're going to call you boring. Anyway, how can they call Mayweather boring? Well, I don't get it. People literally can't hit this guy, and he's hitting them. And that's boring in the sport that we say is to get hit. I mean, to hit and not get hit. Someone who's doing that, the very best you've ever seen in your lifetime, you're ignoring because he's boring. I wasn't trying to rhyme there, but that's the bottom line. You know what I mean? Think about it. So my point to all boxers is this Tyson Fury thing, because that's the it. Because normally, we're talking Mayweather and others that are elusive, or Pernell Whitaker, those elusive fighters, they might be smaller than those big guys, and they're being elusive. But when do we start going for the biggest guy out there, way bigger and heavier than everybody, that's elusive? And all of a sudden, this is cool. Then if that's cool, then Michael Hunter beat the hell out of damn Povetkin. And Terence Crawford didn't have to do that. Right? Don't come doing that when it's against other fighters. But I don't think that we have to tell a Terence Crawford what to do. This is number one pound for pound, the best boxer on the planet. That's what he felt like he was able to do against this guy. He wouldn't do that against a Sean Porter or someone else. We've seen him fight different styles. I don't think he would do that against a big old guy. I don't want to start talking about him fighting Canelo. Because Canelo, when I mention him, I will mention Andrade and Charlo. Those are who he should be worried about. Now, I know a little small old guy like Terence Crawford against Canelo, we're not trying to hear it. We just had the old, what's his name here? The big guy, Kovalev, right? In light heavyweight division. And then Rory Fielding in the super middleweight division, 168, the regular titleist, right? No, he has a middleweight, two formidable people with belts. So that's what we're talking about, Canelo. But if Crawford fights anybody, he's going to do what he has to do to win the damn fight, right? He's going to do what he has to do to win the damn fight. If you take a punch here or there, hey, Crawford was knocked down. If he was, big deal. Wasn't Lomachenko knocked down just not too long ago against Linares? Right? Had a hard fight against a Luke Campbell. Do you really think that it would be a good fight between Luke Campbell and Terence Crawford? I don't think so. You know what I mean? And then you got beat by a slow, plodding Orlando Salido, 13 losses. So people that we're considering great, if it's Lomachenko or if it's Tyson Fury, Terence Crawford's doing well. Even if he stands in the pocket and fights a guy like that, that's still better than these guys. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, whatever. Terence Crawford proved again he's the best pound for pound fighter. Anybody that has any issues with that, step to the man. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.